Hi, I'm Linda Hoyland, Vitality Specialist, and it's my mission to help you regain your health and vitality. I just thought I'd, by way of an introduction, just give you a little journey around my therapy room. Then you can see what I do, how I do it, and how it benefits my clients. So I'm actually sat on my reflexology chair at the moment. This reclines back a little bit, brings feet up so that when I'm sat on my stool, I can work on your feet nice and easily. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of background to me. I started off many years ago in the pharmaceutical industry as a research and development chemist. And when I got pregnant with my son, I became ill, and all the medical profession could offer was drugs, which I really didn't want to take. After I had him, I started doing yoga, and because of that I came across reflexology. And at first I thought, wow, how can this be? You know, my history and my career as a chemist said it just didn't resonate at all. However, there was a little bit of me that was intrigued. So I followed it through and I tested out on a few people's feet, and yes, they had headaches and their big toe hurt. So I went on trained, and I had my first paying client the day before my daughter was born. So that's how I know I've been doing this for 28 years. Right, so I hope you can see my reflexology chart. I've got a few of these. Now, this shows you the reflex areas on the feet and the related parts of the body. So basically, we've got the toe area. So this is to do with the head, the neck, and the sinuses. Sinuses respond wonderfully well to reflexology. Then we've got the lung and the chest area there. Underneath, we've got some of the major organs. We've got the liver, the stomach, the pancreas, the spleen. Reflexology is fascinating because when the spleen shows up, it usually means that somebody's getting a cold, and clients look at me and say, oh, are you getting a cold, or have you just had a cold? Oh, yes. The liver does an awful lot. It has over 500 functions that we know about. So it's often out of balance in the body and will show up. And it'll feel maybe a bit gritty, it'll feel maybe a bit, the reflex area will feel a bit puffy, and it might feel a bit sharp to the client. That's how we know there's some imbalance there. And obviously working on the feet, massaging the feet helps balance the body up and balance the organs up. It helps the nutrients flow to the organ, it helps the blood flow to the organ, the oxygen, it helps them burn off toxins. Interestingly enough, I was just reading about some research studies that have been done, and one of the things is that they did a test measuring the blood flow to the kidney when the kidney reflex was stimulated on the foot, and the blood flow increased. That's fascinating. So these are the kidneys here, and they can often show up if people drink a lot of tea and coffee, or they're dehydrated. I've got a couple of clients who love rhubarb. I can always tell by their feet if they've had rhubarb. We've got the intestines here, so any digestive issues, reflexology helps. It helps normalise the function of the bowels. And then we've got the spine area along here, sciatic, and then along the outside of the foot we've got knee and hip areas. So any sort of musculoskeletal problems like that can be really, really helped with reflexology. It's a brilliant therapy. So if you'd like to find out more about how to regain your health and vitality, then do give me a call, email me, or message me, and we can have a chat. So in addition to reflexology, I also use kinesiology and acupressure. Acupressure is brilliant. It uses 26 different acupressure points on the body, and really simple to use. It's just holding the points. A simple, easy tip if you suffer from insomnia and find it difficult to get off to sleep or wake up during the night, there are some points on the back of the head, at the base of the skull. There are hollows there, just either side of the spine. So you can just lay in bed when you wake up and just put your fingers on those points, and you'll find it calms your mind. You know, when we've got that to-do list to do at 4 o'clock in the morning, it just calms the mind and allows you to drift back off to sleep. I'll often give my clients some of the acupressure points to do for self-help. It's just like a mini treatment every day they can do for themselves between sessions. Kinesiology. This is my kinesiology chart, and it uses 42 different muscles in the body. And these relate to different organs and the meridians in the body. So if the muscles are out of balance, then it seems likely that the organs will be out of balance as well, and the energy flow will be depleted. So this chart shows me the muscles, how to test them. It shows me the correction points. There are neurovascular points, there are neurolymphatic points on there. So these increase the blood flow and the lymph drainage to the muscles. And also the meridian points to increase the energy flow to the muscles. It's not just about that. There are lots of other things I can use to bring about corrections in the body. So there are lots of things I can use to make corrections in the body to help balance it back up again. That's the beauty of kinesiology. It's so versatile and it encompasses lots of different therapies, including things like aromatherapy. It uses osteopathic points and lots of other things, acupuncture points. One of the things I like to use is these flower formulas. These are flower essences encapsulated into little pills, and this one is orchid, and it works really well for aiding digestion and helping the gut bacteria flourish. This one is white rose, that's for spiritual ease. There are also batch flower remedies, which you've probably heard of and probably seen in the shops. So these help with different emotional states. For instance, walnut is for helping with change, and willow is for helping deal with resentment. There are sound essences. These are brilliant. They are musical notes encapsulated with aromatherapy oils, and they work really, really well to release blockages. I use them on the meridian endpoints. I use crystals sometimes, so there's lovely amethyst and rock quartz. For emotion blockages, again, I've got this chart, which is great. It's the 5 elements, and it's got different meridians on it and the emotions associated with each meridian. So basically, if there's an imbalance in the body and it comes up as needing an emotional correction, then I can check through this list and find out the emotion that's causing the blockage and do a simple technique to diffuse it. Works really, really well. I use this a lot in Bosnia when I went there a few years ago to work with people who were still having problems after the war. And one guy in particular who'd had a stroke as a result of his injuries. After a couple of sessions, he had so much more movement. It was amazing. It was brilliant to see. I can use scan lists as well. So I've got here a list of fears that may be blocking someone to get well. So we can work through those and do simple techniques to diffuse those. Affirmations and goal setting, very big today, and quite often you can set your goal, there might be an affirmation you use and it's not happening, and it may be that some block there. So removing the blocks can help you achieve your goals. So I use muscle testing to find out what's going on and what we need to do about it. And one of the things I'll use, as well as looking at the muscles themselves, but I'll use this test kit. This one shows various different things. Candida, for instance, that's quite a big problem. Stress, too much sugar in the diet, alcohol, today's lifestyle really can help Candida flourish. And again, the gut bacteria are very, very important. There's been a lot of stuff in the media about it recently, about how they can help with our mood, they can help us lose weight, and they help with digestion as well. So this test file will detect if there's any imbalance there. I mentioned the liver earlier, so there's a test file here that detects if the liver needs some balancing. So I can use my test kit to find out where we need to start. Also, food intolerances. A lot of people worry about if they're intolerant to foods, and in some cases they are, and there's often an underlying cause as well. But with this test kit I can check. So wheat's a biggie, milk can be a problem, as can chocolate and tea and coffee. So they're the common culprits. Also, in the summer season, a lot of people have problems with hay fever. So, using this test kit, I can detect whether it's pollens or grasses. And also, if people have problems with cats, dogs, animals, house dust mite, there's a really good technique that helps negate the effects of these. So, it means that their body can get on and become well again, and it doesn't react to these anymore. Really brilliant technique, really good to do, and see people benefit from that. So as you can see, kinesiology is quite versatile. As I say, it encompasses lots of different therapies, and it works really, really well. I've seen a lot of clients benefit from using kinesiology. So I hope that's given you an insight into who I am, what I do, and how varied the therapies that I offer can be. I've seen many hundreds and hundreds of clients over the years very successfully, and in a lot of instances it's been life-changing, and it's been a privilege to work with people and help them on their journey. Thank you for listening. So if you'd like to find out more about how to regain your health and vitality, then do give me a call, email me or message me, and we can have a chat.